Welcome everybody to episode number 7 of the Cowboy Funk Show. This is Gold Leader 5, aka Junior Monk. This episode is pretty awesome, I must say so myself. This episode is all about the Galactic Starfighter. Came out on December 3rd, 2013, and it is amazing. If you are a subscriber, then you have probably started playing this already. I gotta say, it is amazing. One of the coolest things I noticed about this was that you can play with any level, above 10 I assume, but there are plenty of players on each server. It's not like the ranked war zones where you could only play with 55s and there weren't a lot queuing on certain servers like the Bergeron Colony where I play. What's different about this one is that you're able to play with level 20s, 30s, 40s. It's awesome. So when you logged in, you probably got a nice little welcome gift with some titles. I got the first title, Test Pilot, and the other title, the first Galactic Starfighter. Pretty cool stuff, I'd say. You're also gonna get some really cool gear. So let me just start opening these up. So the first one you'll see is the Imperial Covert Pilot. I am on the imp side with this character, so just bear with me and take a look at this awesome gear. You'll see a lot of people starting to run around on the fleet on it. Check that out. It is sweet. Decked out in black and red. Alright, now the other one is the Republic Squadron Commander Pilot set. This one's the one that I'm wearing just because I'm more of a tan type of guy. And then the last one's going to be the Republic Experimental Pilot set. This one's a little bit more blue. Definitely looks cool for the Republic. Yeah, my Leku popped right out of the helm. Okay, so the first map is the Lost Shipyards. There's 3 satellites. You need to take control of the satellites to continually increase your team's score. Color of a satellite's lights indicate its current status. If it's green, your team controls it. If it's red, the enemy team controls it. And if it's not colored at all, that means no one controls it yet. In order to gain control of it, you need to fly around the satellite without any enemies nearby. So if you kill the enemies around the satellite and then you hover around it or fly around it, you then gain access. Alright, so the first thing you're going to notice when the battle starts is you have 3 ships to choose from. I'm going to go over those later, but you see some people here have 4 ships. You can have up to 5, but right now I only have 3 available. So I'm going to go with the middle ship, and I'm just going to say middle for now because later on in this episode I'm going to explain exactly what each ship are.
This is where the fun begins.
Let them pass between us.
Okay, so when the battle starts, everyone takes off. If you look on your map, you'll see C to my left, B in the middle, and A to the right. In the center hub of your ship, you can see where your mouse is. That's a cursor. You can see what you're gonna shoot at. On the left, the yellow is your thrusters. No, I'm sorry. The left is your firepower. The right, blue, when you hold spacebar down with your thrusters, you can see I'm burning all my engine out. Also, if you use the AWSD to move forward, if you hold down W while you don't have your thrusters engaged, you can speed up as fast as you want, as fast as you possibly can. If you hit S to as if you were backpedaling, it would slow you down, which is helpful for maneuvering. This scene here is awesome because look what this guy does. I'm on his tail, I'm fighting him, he becomes really close quarters with the satellite, makes a wrong move, dives right into the satellite and crashes. It is intense once you get into close quarter combat. Alright, so let's talk about your main UI, what you're seeing here. So on the bottom right, you can see I have my mini-map. I've enlarged as much as I can. If you hit tab, it'll tab to each enemy within proximity. Once you have an enemy targeted, you're gonna see a red circle ahead of them attached to a line. A line is attached to the main ship. from the red circle. What that tells you is if you aim for the red circle, you're going to hit your target. If you aim for the ship itself while he's moving, you are always going to hit behind him and you're going to miss. So by hitting the circle ahead of him, he's going to fly into it. And if you know how to do any of the old like the 1941 type pilot games where you have to fly with the old airplanes, if you're used to that, you're going to be very good at this. When you hit A and D, it'll rotate like a barrel roll on that axis, which is going to help you move faster. So here I had just started playing and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm using my thruster and I'm hitting. I'm throwing my up arrow or my mouse all the way up so I can rotate, but it's a very big turn. If you back up or slow down as much as you can, don't hit the thrusters, then turn, you're gonna see that you turn a lot faster. This guy and I are having a dogfight back and forth. It's pretty intense, I gotta say. So I'm just gonna shut up and let you watch it to see what I'm doing here. I'm not getting this guy. He is just too slick for me. And my ship is brand new, so I don't have too many upgrades. Another thing I want you to notice is that whenever your enemy leaves your screen, the enemy that you have targeted will turn into a pink triangle. You see right here, he's in my screen. You're not going to see it yet. Watch as he passes me. Okay, now that pink arrow is on the bottom right, and as I'm turning, that's how you know who you're targeting. All the other red smaller triangles, those are enemies that you do not have targeted. I know I'm gonna die at this point. I see my health going down. Game over.
There is no death.
I've got a problem here. Eject! I can hold it. Pull up! No, I'm alright.
Alright. Let's take a look at another dogfight. So I'm creeping up on this guy. Now, my secondary weapon, the right click, is a sabotage missile. When I shoot this probe out, it attaches to the ship and disables your target. So you see he's just a sitting duck here. Unfortunately, I didn't know how to capitalize on it, and I was flying too close to really get some good hits. By the time I did get some distance to turn around and hit him, he had already, his ship was back enabled and he was taking off. Here I see a guildie, Vex, who comes and totally ninjas my kill after all that hard work I put into it. But still, he was my wingman that night, and it was awesome. Here you can see I'm raging on him. Totally how he stole my kill. Now, you have, to begin with, if you're a subscriber, you may have more, but if you're a subscriber, you start with 3 ships. You have 3 kinds of ships. You have the Starfighter, the Scout, and the Gunship. Again, remember how I was saying you have to play Galactic Starfighter as if it was a regular war zone. So in a regular war zone, you have your healers, you have your tanks, you have your melee DPS that come in. Like let's take an operative for example. If you can get your hands on an operative, they come in, they're stealth, they kill quickly, and then they get the hell out of there, right? So your strike fighter is going to be more like a Sork DPSer, right? They have some pretty great evasive maneuvers, and they have pretty solid DPS, right? Your scouts are more like your operatives. They're more like your rogues. As a matter of fact, Darth Vader, his Starfighter, his spaceship was more like a scout than anything else.
Oh, good, I can't maneuver.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Stay on target.
Loosen up!
Gold 5 to Red Leader. Lost Tyree, lost touch.
I copy, Gold Leader.
They came from behind.
Red boys, this is Red Leader.
The last one is the Gunship. And the gunship that you start off with is the G55-3 Mangler. This thing is, think of it as like your sniper slash tank. It does have the biggest shields, the best damage reduction, the biggest HP, and it also has a killer weapon to start off with. Okay, customization. Holy cow, the customization. Primary weapons, secondary weapons, systems, shields, engines, armor, capacitors, sensors, thrusters. All of these things you are going to begin to level up. So with the sabotage probe, this is your secondary weapon. Now what I was thinking was, what the sabotage probe does is you shoot it out, it sticks to the ship, and it disables it disables the ship basically. It's a sitting duck in the middle of space, and then you can fly around. As you can see, there's a green icon. That green icon means that you have to use a ship requisition in order to purchase that weapon. It's got its own skill trees. Just like, remember, it's like a player, right? So you have your tank, you have your melee DPS, you have your healer, etc. So when you start falling in love with your ship, just remember that you have up to 5 ships. Each time you play that spaceship or that starfighter, you will gain experience towards that. Systems are like your buffs. So right now I have a booster recharge, so I can recharge my boosters and get the hell out of there quickly. You have targeting telemetry, which is going to help you target quicker. You have a sensor beacon, which is going to let you identify enemy ships, because remember, I'm trying to build a rogue ship. I don't want to be detected right away, but I do want to be able to detect other enemies. So those are other things you can start thinking about as you start to customize your ship. Next up are the shields. When you get to your engines, these are your evasive maneuvers. Armor, pretty self-explanatory there as well. I have lightweight armor. Your capacitors are all about DPS, so weapon damage increases by the damage capacitor. Sensors, range sensors, allow you to you have different type of sensors. So you have a communication sensor, which means that you basically let everyone else on the map know where the enemies are. Thrusters are what's going to help you get the hell out of there. So you have power thrusters, speed thrusters, turning thrusters, regeneration thrusters. Cosmetics, you can change the color crystal of your laser cannons. As you can see here, you do have to use cartel coins to buy them. You can change your barrel roll thruster color, and you can change your paint job so that your crew. Okay, so you have co-pilots. Everyone has a co-pilot. You get to choose your co-pilot depending on what type of co-pilot you want. So you have an offensive co-pilot, a defensive co-pilot, and a tactical co-pilot. So for instance, if you choose Zalek, you get on the defensive, you get a damage reduction increased by 9%, and you get shield power increase as well. So you can kind of pick if you want to go offensive or defensive. You could pick what kind of crew member is going to fit, but also know that your crew member likes to talk. So when you're crashing and you want to hear a smartass Ashara tell you that you suck, then go for it. If you don't, then choose someone else. Choose a robot, so all you hear is boop 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 boop. But anyway, I'm using Ashara because on the offensive, targets will receive additional 115 damage over 6 seconds. She gives me a dot. That means if I don't hit, because right now I'm not very accurate because I'm kind of a noob, that means if I do hit, it keeps ticking, and I'm going to go for that right away. Alright, so here is the second map. This is in the Kuwait Mesas, or the Kuwait Mesas. I'm not sure how to say that. I'm always butchering it. This one is pretty awesome as well. I'll tell you why. It's because it's a lot of rock formations to fly around. Okay, so the first thing I want you to look at is your F1, F2, F3, and F4 keys, your F keys. If you look at the menu on the bottom next to on the left of my abilities, 1 through 4, you'll see my little ship hub there. Now, as you can see, the purple, we'll start from the left. Okay, F1 is going to increase your firepower. If you want to put all of your energy towards firing, if no one is attacking you but you're attacking someone else, hit F1. All of your extra energy goes there. F2 is defensive. Those are your shields. So if someone's attacking you and you're trying to survive a little bit longer, hit F2. F3 are your thrusters, which means at the beginning of the match when we tried to get to the satellites, you want to get there first. So not only are you going to hit spacebar to activate your thrusters, hold down spacebar by the way, you're also going to hit F3. Once you get to your destination, go ahead and hit F4, which evens out each one. So here's what I'm talking about, how awesome it is to fly in this area. You can crash into things, okay? You can't crash into each other or into enemies, but you can crash into anything else. So this guy goes into this tunnel, and I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm using my thrusters. I'm upside down, and I'm like, oh, holy cow. And then he does this awesome U-turn, so I'm like, okay, let me U-turn, but there's all this like scaffolding railing holding up this, whatever it is, and I go ahead and U-turn and get the hell out of there. It's really awesome. Okay, so this is what the scoreboard looks at the end. We don't have MVP votes like you do in regular war zones, but you have your team score, your enemy team score. Then you have it breaks it down. You see how many credits you earn. You see how many of the hell is it called? What ship requisition you're getting per battle, which you're going to use to upgrade your ships. Okay, so as you can see here, I didn't do top damage. I did about 10k. The highest one in this round was 32k. He got 10 medals. Look at him! Holy cow! I got 2 kills this round, 3 assists. I died once, and I got 6 medals out of it. So I mean, I basically played a little bit of both, defending and capturing a satellite, and I went out for a couple kills. And by couple, I literally mean 2 kills. That's all I got. Alright, again, this is Gold Leader 6, aka Junior Monk. The last thing I wanted to show you was what's on the cartel market. For those of you Firefly fans out there is a ship, the Skybolt, that reminds me of Serenity now. It's worth 1,800 cartel coins. If you are a fan, I suggest getting that now, because it's a beauty. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what they do with this. I'm digging Galactic Starfighter. I can't wait to get better at this. Let me put some more time in, because right now I've got about 2 hours under my belt, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching another episode number 7 of the Cowboy Funk Show. For those of you who have not tuned into the show, please like and subscribe. It's everything about Star Wars. I play other, so please click on our previous episodes, give it a shot, see if you like it. Please comment, share it with your friends, and we'll be seeing you next time.